The first one is from DMAC on YouTube. He left a comment and he has asked, will Roman mostly be remembered for just his accidents at Spa 2012 and Bahrain 2020, given that Roman now won't be he won't be driving now, will he? He's back home with his family, and he will not be driving that in that Haas this year again. So, what do you think, Alex?
Well, I did actually reply to this comment on YouTube. I did respond to DMAC and said we would pick it up here. I just touched on the fact that obviously he's a champion in junior categories. He won GP3 and GP3 Asia and GP2, I believe, as well. And he had 10 podiums for Lotus, I think.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah,
he had quite a few. So obviously he's got a good track record behind him. But even those that are aware of his racing record, like DMAC mentioned, that doesn't necessarily change the way that the public may perceive him. I would have thought, most people on the street would have never heard of Romain Grosjean until this incident. So it's likely that will stick in their minds. The way that I will remember Romain, though, most intensely is from the video of his interview, where he talked about what happened after the crash. He talked about what happened when he was in the car and his immediate thoughts. And it's just an incredibly touching interview that he gave. And Romain Grosjean's a driver that's got a lot of stick in the past, and he's made mistakes. His career has had its peaks and troughs, but just like Kevin Magnussen said not long after, I think we all didn't realize just how much we love Romain Grosjean and how we would never want to see him hurt, and that's how I'll remember Romain.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that question can be answered in so many different ways, and I think it really depends on how long you've been watching the sport as a whole as well. If you've only tuned in this year, you probably haven't heard much of Romain Grosjean because he's been at the back of the field up until the Bahrain accident. But if you've been watching Formula 1 for the last 10, 15 years, then you would have seen his good days, his glory days, his bad days, his bad races, and what comes and goes with every single racing driver. But I think what you said about that interview, that's how I'm going to remember him as a really good Formula 1 driver. Didn't always have the best car. Well, never really had the best car. He's been in the Haas, unfortunately, for the last couple of years. But his amazing interview, and it was just so heartfelt, and it was just warming to see him out and about, walking, giving interviews a week after that horrific accident. Those are the positive memories I will remember of Romain Grosjean.